Ghost of Tabor can be an intimidating and horrifying game.
Alright, we're almost out. Oh my god! Oh my god, Brad. So much loot.
Tabor is the most stress and anxiety-inducing VR game out there, especially when you're playing solo. So today we're going to be talking about how to truly overcome solo anxiety. I got the idea from a comment on my video asking for advice to get over solo anxiety. So shout out to you, man. Also, before we begin, if we can hit 40 likes on this video, I will stream every Friday and Saturday for 4 to 8 hours for the whole month of January. But I want to say this video is purely from personal experience. But this is how I got over solo anxiety. And although these are based mainly on personal experience, I do still feel that it is worth sharing because I think that most of us, well, you and I, have a lot more in common than we think to believe. So the first thing I want to talk about is about getting into the right mind frame or mindset. There's a few ways of getting into the right mindset when playing a game like Ghost of Tabor. Firstly, you need to understand that this is a survival shooter at its core. Keyword there, survival. And that means survival should be the number one thing you do, but also can be the hardest thing you do in the game. Because the core gameplay does revolve around surviving, but the game's main focus is to stop you, the player, from surviving. But just like other video games you've played with this challenge, you have to find a way to win against all the odds. The point I'm trying to make is that you're truly not meant to survive every single raid you go into. You'll probably lose way more than you will win, and die way more than you want, which leads me into my next point. Learning from your deaths. With every death, the easiest thing to do is to blame everything but ourselves. And I can hear the anger fingers typing away, but before you do, hear me out. You need to take accountability for your losses. And yes, even the laggy ones, even the buggy ones, even the glitchy ones. But with every loss, there is something to learn. But another common reason I see a lot of people dying a lot is sprinting or moving at the wrong time. Maybe you're sprinting too much, giving your position away. And do you want to get that weird moment in the game where you're running with your gun holstered, but you just got done looting someone and someone peeks you from a corner and you try to grab your gun, but you're already dead because they two-tapped you in the head with an AK? No, you don't want to be like that. But another note you do want to take from the losses is that did you set yourself up in a bad position? Should you have maybe headless angle? Should you have maybe made sure your gun was fully loaded? Should you have maybe waited a little bit longer before looting that player you killed? There's so many things to learn from your losses. And I highly recommend if you're on Quest or even on PC, record your games and rewatch them, especially the ones you died in, so you can fully understand what you did wrong and what you can do next time in the situation to not do it again. But sometimes there'll be small details in the heat of the moment that can sometimes lead to our deaths that we don't notice as the players. And that, in a nutshell, is what I mean by learning how and why you died. Also, you need to start learning not to care about stats. Now, as of now, we don't have a KD or hours played or survival rate, but I know some players care way too much about them. So let me give you an example. You could be a super over aggressive player, and because of your aggressive playstyle, you may get into a lot more fights than me, but you die way more. And on my end, I'm a super slow player, so I'll get into way less fights, but I survive way more. Basically, there's more to this game than just stats and kills. At the end of the day, you should play Tabor the way you want to truly enjoy it. But that brings me to the next major point. Finding your own playstyle. There's always going to be a lot of talk about being a Chad or being a rat or whatever you want to call it, but that honestly shouldn't matter. And that's what makes games like Tabor such a wonderful game, because when you go into raid, you have no idea what's going on or what you're going to come across or what type of situation you're going to find yourself in. Are you going to come across a full sprint G running aggro player, or are you going to come across somebody who's hiding in the corner with a shotgun ready to blast your fucking head off? That's what makes this game so unpredictable but fun at the same time. Every raid is always going to be extremely different from the last one. But the unpredictability and surprises within each raid is what makes Tabor Tabor. With that being said, I want you to play to your strengths. Do you succeed more with aggressive playstyle and going for fights and killing people? Are you good at aiming? Then play super aggressive and see how that works. Or do you succeed in moving slower and more tactical movement and looting and just waiting for your opponents to make the first move? Then play more tactical and play more smart. Play it kind of like it's chess. It's fully up to you and truly how you want to play and what you find the most fun out of. But also, try them all. Also, another thing, don't be so pressured in trying to replicate by what you see on YouTube and Twitch or even YouTube live streams. I'm saying, don't be pressured about how to actually play the game. Everyone is unique and different, and everyone has their own set of skills and ways of thinking. So you really need to build a playstyle that suits you. Now, another main point I want to talk about is how to truly make money in Tabor. Making money in this game is actually easier than most people think. All you need to do is have time and put in a little bit of effort. I'm going to tell you 2 main ways to earn money. Number 1 is to survive the raids you go in. The more you survive, the less you have to rebuy expensive gear or items you bought in, such like armor and weapons, and even attachments. And also, learn how to effectively farm for money. Luckily, I have a loot guide up on the channel for Island of Tabor that's been helping me and other players make millions in the game. So if you want to go check it out, the info card is at the top right. It's a really quick farming guide to help you gain the most out of Island of Tabor. When I first learned how to farm and make money quick and easy, I soon realized that money in the game is infinity, and it's almost impossible for you to go broke. I mean, unless you throw away your money physically. But also, if you're completely broke or almost out of gear, don't forget we have rations in the game. It won't give you much, but it will give you a Makarov and some type of money, that being if you sell the items. But even that Makarov can make you some type of money. Even if it's 500 Corona, you could kill a player and easily gain that money back or even gain some better gear or weapons from them. That meaning if you actually extract and not die to a scav that was sitting in a corner that didn't make a sound that head topped you once. And yeah, anyways, so to wrap this video up, I just want to say have fun and find your own fun in Tabor, whether that be sniping, playing aggressive, or being a little loot rat. So play the way you want to. Don't let others discourage you or talk shit about you or even make fun of you for the way you play. It's the way you want to play and you're having fun playing the way you want. So if you guys did enjoy the video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button and also hitting that like button below. Also, have a nice day or night wherever you are. And also, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to the ones who celebrate it. I love you all, and I'll see you lovely people next year. Happy New Year's. Let's make 2024 the best year ever.